What's going on, everyone? The Cabbage Man back here with another episode of my Cubs franchise. And today we are going to be getting into the sweet MLB draft. And boy, am I excited. I found some good prospects in my scouting. Haha. But anyways, the draft day is in 14 days, and as you can see, I did sim a little bit on my own behind the scenes. We are 30-20. We took the division lead. The Cardinals are right on our tail, and as you can see, we've had a pretty good month of May so far. And in this episode, I just want to get to the draft, get through the draft, show off the prospects. And I'm gonna stop going game by game. I'm gonna sim games between episodes, and I'm not gonna talk about every single game. I will talk about important things and when they come up or when moments come up that I want to do. But we did have some injuries over the break. We have, of course, Ian Happ, who is 2 to 3 weeks. Jordan Wicks, the first-round pick in real life, he is out for 1 to 2 months. And a top prospect of mine that I drafted, he has a high B's in potential. He's like high 80s in potential. A very big project, but he's fast and he can field. He has got a lot of range in center field. So if he can develop, he can be something special, I believe. So he's out, which is very unfortunate. Takes time away from his development, of course. And one thing I have my eye on is because in our lineups, Brennan Davis is not doing the best. In his 58 at-bats, he has 9 hits. And that home run he has, I hit it with him. So yeah, I do play a few games behind the scenes. I do actually have a Phillies episode recorded, but I'm probably going to delete that because that doesn't make any sense to have a game recorded and then I'm further into the season than the game. That makes no goddamn sense. But anyways, there is a guy I have my eye on in the trade, and I will cut to that now. Here we are, and if you guys could probably guess, because the Ian Happ is injured and he's on the injured list for at least a couple weeks, that is a good portion of games. There is Austin Meadows of the Rays. He is fantastic against right-handed pitching. I wouldn't say fantastic, but he's really good. 76 contact, 88 power, and he has 73 discipline. So he's going to get walks too. You know, his average isn't the greatest. Neither is his on-base percentage, but he has 10 home runs. That is more than our entire team. I think maybe Trey Turner has more, actually. But he has 26 walks to 34 strikeouts. I think that's a pretty good ratio. He has 8 doubles, so he has, 10, 8. So he has 20 extra base hits, 10 home runs. He has 42 hits. He's doing, I think, pretty good. And if you look at his contract, he is a free agent at the end of the season. So I'm thinking we should at least try to trade for him, see what we can do. And if we go here, we go to the trades. He is also on the trade block. Speaking of the trade block, I put Nico Horner on the trade block because he has just been abysmal. He really isn't that great. He's like the best defender you've ever seen, but he's a second baseman, and we have Trey Turner at short who actually hits home runs and gets hits and RBIs. So I don't know how much longer Nico Horner's going to stay on the team because he's struggling, and I put Nick Madrigal at second. So Austin Meadows, he's not the greatest fielder. That's the thing. That's what I'm worried about. He's not the best fielder, and we do have Benintendi, we have Harrison Bader, and we have Ian Happ, who's going to be coming back. But to think that Harrison Bader could be to the bench, getting paid $16.5 million to be on the bench, how crazy is that? Austin Meadows could be the bench bat, but I don't want Austin Meadows to be a bench bat. You know, if he could come in and succeed with the Cubs, we really are making a playoff push. I feel this season, and I want to take it all the way because they do have a Rosarena, they have Brett Phillips, and they have Manuel Margot, who is actually playing first base for them. So we could trade them a first baseman. We do have Patty Wisdom, Frank Schwindel. I'm not willing to trade them. Definitely not willing to trade them. There's John Patterson, who I like as a prospect. I drafted him. He is doing quite well in the minors, to be honest. Well, not so much on the slugging aspect. There's Stanley Wang, who is my favorite prospect so far. He is tearing up the minors right now, as you can see. 8 home runs, and he's only in the 40s power. That should be way up there. And then there's Bryce Ball. I believe this guy might be a real-life player, but I'm not entirely sure. His AAA stats are a lot better than his AA stats. So, their first basemen, yeah, they could use, like, a Bryce Ball. But the key here is that the Rays love to develop pitching, and I know the perfect prospect for them. If we go to our starters, we have Alexander Vizcaino, who has just been mediocre. Well, as you can see, that's not even mediocre. That is horrible in our minor league system. He has not done good. Tons and tons of team control for them. We did use all three of his options. I really tried to get him involved on the team. He really didn't perform, and I think it's time for us to move on from him as a prospect. So I believe Vizcaino is a perfect fit for somebody like the Tampa Bay Rays. Lots of team control there. You know, I was looking at here, there is Adam Kloffenstein, but he is only 23. He's doing actually quite all right in the minors, so I do want to keep Kloffenstein. But we could trade Vizcaino, a pretty good prospect, for the Rays, not for us, and Bryce Ball, and that gets the deal done. You know, Austin Meadows is kind of struggling. He's just kind of hitting a home run here and there, you know, not really getting on base all that much. So I think we could turn it around. He can turn it around for us. He's a lefty at bat. So he really is like a bit of a better Ian Happ at this point, to be honest. So I think we do make this move, actually, because the cost here is not that much. It really isn't. I don't want to trade that first baseman, though. I did make a move for Josh Moran from the Red Sox. It was just a minor league deal, so there's nothing important about that. But, I mean, I guess I could, like, give them a outfielder. Like, there's Nick Plummer, just to give them another left fielder there for their system. But he has a C potential, actually. A C potential outfielder. I wonder if we have any center fielders we could give them. Like Philip Nishi. There is Adubel Herrera. No, that wouldn't make any sense. So, oh crap, I accidentally backed out. Actually, Mauricio Dubon. Yeah, we don't have any room for him at that point. That means we can get rid of Mauricio Dubon. But would that be realistic to give him to the Rays? I don't particularly think so. But Mauricio Dubon, Bryce Ball, and we are going to give the top prospect in this, Alexander Vizcaino, which I think could highly succeed with the Rays. Gosh, I am rambling on about this trade. But this is a big trade here. We are getting Austin Meadows for Mauricio Dubon, Bryce Ball, and Alexander Vizcaino. Let us offer the trade, and it is done. Austin Meadows is on the Cubs. And the Athletics actually offered us a trade straight up Sean Murphy for Nico Horner, but I did decline it because I didn't like that trade. I really didn't. Anyways, let's put Austin Meadows in the lineup. Here we are at the lineup screen, and time to do it. Put Austin Meadows in for Brennan Davis. You know, I wanted to see what he can do, but I think it's time for Brennan Davis to move to the bench and prove himself on the bench rather than the starting lineup. Because if we're going to make a playoff push, I think we need the best we can. And where do we want to slot in Austin Meadows on the team here? I think probably the cleanup spot, to be honest. He is a power hitter against righties, so Austin Meadows in the cleanup spot because Benintendi is kind of struggling. His power numbers are down. His on-base percentage is down. It's just, he's on a bit of a cold streak this year. Nick Madrigal was hitting like 400, but now he's only at 217. So, man, Nick Madrigal or Nico Horner? Who knows at this point? But let's put Nico Horner back in, honestly. I'd rather have Nico Horner in if he's just going to be on a cold streak. So we're going to put Nico Horner in the lineup. And I think this is looking like a really solid lineup. Kevin Biggio's good. Patty Wisdom. Trey Turner's doing really solid. He came back. He's doing really good. 291 average. 369 on base percentage. So, anyways, I have the scouting almost done. We're 14 days out from the draft, and I will see you guys when I get there. Okay, before we actually get to the draft, we have ended the month here. We are done with the month of May, and let's go over. We were at the Colorado series, so we almost got swept by the Brewers in a 4-game series, but we won the last one. We beat the Pirates in that series, and then for the Colorado Rockies, we are in a 4-game series. The last game of the series, the draft is in 3 days, so we got 1, 2, 3 in the beginning of the Miami series. But we are at the end of the month of May, and I do want to recap the month. I want to go through the roster notification. So Stanley Wang, a prospect of ours, 326, driving in 13 runs. Miguel Amaya had a really good month of May. Jose Cedeno tore it up. He's been tearing it up all year. Kevin Colbert, top prospect there, tearing it up in AAA. So, yeah, let's go to the lineups here. We are going to go to the right-handed pitcher with a DH, and we're going to start with the bench is actually looking really not very good. Brennan Davis struggling. Sanchez is struggling. Madrigal is, all right. He's picking it up. Dickerson actually doing really well on the bench. And then we got Nico Horner is doing Nico Horner things. Harrison Bader is actually picking it up a little bit power-wise. My goodness, 6 home runs. Frank Schwindel with 10 at 242 average. We got Christian Vasquez, who is cooling off big time, but he was tearing the ball up. Then we got Benintendi. Austin Meadows hitting a home run in the first couple weeks with us, so he only hit 1 home run. Patrick Wisdom, Kevin Biggio's kind of cold. And yeah, so that recaps the month of May. We didn't have the best. Our pitching rotation, Justin Steele's really cold. Elfin, he's getting better. He was struggling big time. Stroman's been losing some games recently, but Hendricks is on fire. Killian, he didn't do the best. He really struggled in the month of May. He costed us a couple of games. Tuki Toussaint is just going crazy in the bullpen. Joe Kelly getting 2 innings, of course. Why is he even in here? Cody Hoyer doing all right. We got Logan Allen doing really solid. Blyer comes in when needed, 4 innings. Rowan Wick, lights out. And Jordan Hicks, absolutely lights out. Probably the best signing I've honestly made ever. 20 saves. He hasn't, so far. Not ever, but so far this year. Easy. So, anyways, we are 3 days out, and let's get to this spicy draft. Okay, here we are at the draft, everyone. We just missed the playoffs last season, so we are going to have kind of a late pick. We are 20th pick. We didn't lose anybody in free agency, so we don't get any competitive balance rounds picks, which is unfortunate because that's actually quite a lot. That's 8 extra players, so we got to make this first round count. We got to make it count. So, anyways, with that said, let's start the draft. Dennis Caruso, starting pitcher, going first to the Pirates. And there was a couple prospects I really had my eye on. There was a left fielder and a catcher. So, unfortunately, it looks like the catcher did go, but I don't see the left fielder just yet. Anyways, Dennis Caruso from Cuba going to the Pirates first overall. We have Lee Shin, third baseman, to the Athletics. Paul McMahon. And I'm just going to go over the top 5. So Paul McMahon, catcher, to I believe he was a blue chip prospect as well, to the Nationals. Garrett Sanchez, closing pitcher, to the Twins. And Samuel Sanchez to the Orioles. Actually, the top 6, because this was the guy I wanted. This was the catcher I wanted. He was going to be just a pretty average hitter, right? But he was going to be an excellent catcher behind the dish to develop. While we have Christian Vasquez, I could find a placeholder, but I really just wanted him as a catching prospect. He's from Texas, 5'11", 19 years old, plenty of time to develop, but unfortunately he went very, very early. Colin Kerr was another one I definitely had my eyes on. And that left fielder I wanted was Jim Thompson to the White Sox, 2 picks before us. How lucky are we? Man, that sucks. So both the prospects I wanted are gone. So let's see what we got here. I didn't really scout very many pitchers, and I'm not worried about pitchers. So our catcher situation isn't looking the best. David Saldana was an amazing prospect until you actually scouted him. Let's see here. It looks like I didn't expect the prospects I wanted to go. Oh, man. This sucks. This really, really sucks. because I don't know who to pick. There's nobody to pick. Dang. See, I was only expecting to get that one of those two guys. I really was. This sucks. This really sucks. David Saldana looks like a fantastic hitter, though. But we already have a few first basemen. And we did trade Bryce Ball. We did trade him. So, third basemans. We do have Kevin Biggio. Julius Bruto is a future. Larry Harper I really like as a prospect. But shortstop, we don't exactly have a solidified prospect I like, I would say. Left fielder, there's Nick Delviar from Iowa. Represent. Woo woo. Center field, there's Herman Morales. Right field. You know, this is a shitty draft. I'm just going to put it like that. This is a very shitty situation. Anyways, when I find my prospect, I will come back. Let's figure this one out. Okay, I think I have found my prospect I would like to draft, unfortunately. Looks like we are thin at starting pitcher and cornerback, closing pitcher. So, yeah, I never even noticed that top part of that screen. I never look at it. But David Miranda from the Dominican Republic, 18 years of age, 65 potential, 65 overall, fully scouted. I do trust my international scout, too. He has amazing contact, it looks like, and a good vision, amazing discipline. And he looks like an all-right fielder. And he could transfer over to first base if we wanted, maybe, but I don't want to cheese it like that. So, looks like a really solid catcher who would probably at best be a backup catcher. It's either him or David Saldana at this point. And I think David Saldana, we do have first baseman, so I don't think he is a necessity. He could be a DH. There is Frank Schwindel replacement right there. He can also field. Apparently, he only has 65 potential, though. So, yeah, I really didn't see anybody else. And catchers are just, they're hit or miss. I never really see a good hitting catcher. So, he just doesn't have an arm. But screw it. David Miranda's our first pick here. And looking here, yeah, this is a lot of players. I don't think we're going to get anybody else, really. 16th pick somehow. So, who goes after? David Saldana, one pick after, right to the Cardinals. What do you know? How predictable, the Cardinals, man. I hate the Cardinals. They do that to me every time. The other guy I had my eye on was Ike Martinez. So, we're going to have to check the Dodgers, the White Sox, and the Phillies, because they got that catcher I wanted. I also want to check the Diamondbacks for that on that pitcher. So, yeah. Let's see, did anybody else go that we were looking at? So, David Saldana, Eloy Urbina, I think I was looking at him. There was another reliever I was looking at. I'm sure he went too. So, yep, Josh Moreno goes. Ike Martinez goes. I don't remember anybody else. Charles Stark was a guy I was looking at. Phil Harmon was a guy I had scouted. Chip was a guy I had scouted. Oh, man, this draft has gone horrible for us. So bad. There's Jesus Castro. Gotta love the name. I love the mustache too. Honestly, I think the catcher would have I think the catcher would have fallen, really, to be honest. And looking through the list of prospects, I'm just not seeing anything that looks good. Oh, that left fielder though, he went. Who was he? Oh, I was gonna say if the White Sox took a freaking outfielder right before us, I was gonna be so pissed. Where was he? Ted Hill. Oh, it was Nick Delviar. He had pretty good power numbers. Oh, unfortunate. Unfortunate. Any high potentials here that we have scouted? There's Juan Sierra. Not really what I'm looking for. J. Ortiz. Not really. Cesar Nunez. Don't need a shortstop. Let's see here. Michael Medina. I don't know. I just don't want to lose out on this pick. Kurt Serrano. It's either him or David Saldana at this point, and he's never going to walk somebody according to the scouting report. 4-seam, 2-seam, changeup, curveball. Is that really a starter repertoire? I don't know. Hank Matthews here. Oh, boy. Let's just... Oh, wait. It wasn't him or David Saldana. I'm so dumb. David Saldana already went. It's him or Jesus Castro. And I feel like we have a plentiful of third baseman prospects. Can he play anything else? Ooh, he's a utility guy. He's a utility guy. Huh, that's definitely... We're going to go Jesus Castro here. Third base, Jesus Castro. Oh my goodness, look at all the picks. I don't want to do good anymore. I just want high draft picks. Let's see, did anybody fall? Did anybody fall? Looks like Cesar Nunez is falling. Big time. Big time, big time. This has just gone horribly. Juan Sierra's falling. There's no pitchers or anything. Man, that sucks. Preston Fleming. Do we take this chance? Says we're thin, so let's do it. We're going to take freaking Preston Fleming. Starting pitcher. Juan Sierra goes, I saw. Sean Maldonado, Kevin Sampson, Garrett Dixon, Gavin Gunter. I really don't know who to take a shot on here. There's Colt Cunningham. I like the name. We're going to go with him. Woo, this draft has been terrible. Terrible. Brian Nunez, Eric Law, Chris Gonzalez. Let's just go with the highest potential. What do we want to look here? Val Rojas from Australia. I like it. I like it. And I don't think we get a second pick. Oh, no, we're the last pick. Wait. Oh, it's the 7th round, maybe. No, I guess it goes the full 6 rounds now. Let's go with the highest one. Brian German. Well, he's a pitcher. Anybody else? Anthony Santana. Johnny Leavitt. We're going to go Johnny. And for some reason, they didn't even get a pick. Weird. Oh, do I want to look at it on this screen? Nah. We'll go to the normal we'll go to the normal screen, so I will cut to that. All right, here we are on the All-Star screen. I'm afraid to look at the signed draft pick screen, but look at that. We got Kyle Hendricks and Trey Turner, #1 for the All-Star. And, you know, I had a feeling he'd be a C potential. 65, that's usually how it goes for catchers, so... Yep, this was an abysmal draft. This was horrible. This was horrible. Both the guys I had scouted that I picked, terrible. And not even anybody I took a shot on was good. This is fucking disappointing. Oh, I'm so pissed off now. Maybe that's what I get for trading for Austin Matthews. Austin Meadows. What the hell am I saying, Matthews? Looking at Miranda, great catching, great hitting stats. Really great, actually. If only he had like higher potential. I mean, he's only going to get a little bit better, so it wouldn't count on really anything. Jesus Castro, he's a slapper. He slaps the ball. Preston Fleming was probably our best pick at 77 potential. 87 stamina, that's pretty good. Got to give him that. I don't care for him. I don't care. I mean, Val Rojas from Australia. And Johnny Leavitt, I might as well not even sign. So, looking at the Reds, what did they do? The Reds, not too good, not too good. I mean, they got Ted Hill. They did better than us. Brian Shaw, Ted Hill. The Brewers got Derek McCann. I don't think he's going to be anything special, just a great fielder. So, kind of like a Nico Horner. Here we go, 81 potential. Richard Lopez, Cesar Nunez, Christopher DeLuca. Not seeing anything really special. The first overall pick, Dennis Caruso. A potential 65 overall starting pitcher. Gustavo Mejia, an 85 potential shortstop. And they got an 80 potential first baseman. Interesting. Let's go to the Cardinals. David Saldana. Thank God I didn't pick him. Thank God. Only 69 potential. I knew there was something fishy about him. But look at those hitting stats. It's insane. He's a 75 overall. Holy crap. They had a horrible draft. They might have done worse than us. Except for they got Sean Wayne and Mario Castillo, too. Of course they get two good pitchers. That's just the Cardinals for you. So the D-Packs got Colin Kerr. He's a 83 potential starting pitcher. Charles Stark was the guy I was looking at, 78 potential. The Rockies, they got Alfonso Ponce, who I wanted because I got his cousin, Pablo Ponce, in my minor league system. He's a really good hitter, actually. Really good hitter to start out for. to start off at. And then there's the Dodgers. They took Ike Martinez. This was just a weak draft class. Weak draft class. Wow, this was weak. Padres, they didn't pick up anybody special. I was looking at Lloyd Nguyen, I think that's how you pronounce it. The Giants didn't get anything special either, man. This was a weak draft class. Orioles getting a blue chip prospect in Samuel Sanchez, 89 potential there. Perry Pulse, I like the name. The Red Sox, nobody special. The Yankees, nobody special. Eloy, I was looking at. The Braves, nobody special except for Curtis Taylor. But he is so low in overall. Will he ever be that good? The Blue Jays, nobody special. The White Sox, and of course, this was the guy I wanted. Jim Thompson. Amazing. Great hitter. All right fielder. Decent speed. This is the guy I wanted to play my corner outfield spot. He was going to be so good, I thought. He is definitely going to be so good. A lefty in a righty league. Man, that sucks. Oh, that sucks so bad. He's going to hit. He's going to be such a great hitter. Why did I have to miss out on him? Why? Damn you, White Sox. It's because we're the better Chicago team, isn't it? And they got Greg Cissoni? 87 potential. Moving on, the Guardians actually had a pretty good draft here. Ricky Larson, 70 overall, 88 potential. Salvador Coronado, 86 potential, 62 overall starting pitcher. At least 24 years old. The Tigers, I honestly forgot who I was going to check, but the Tigers, they didn't get anybody really special either. Takahashi, way late in the draft. What a good pick out of Japan. He's going to take a while to develop, though. The Royals taking Samuel Chavez, Brandon Franco. There was a second baseman. Oh, was it the Tigers? No, there was a second baseman who was an actual slapper. He had such high contact that I wanted. I thought he would have been a good backup plan. The Twins, Garrett Sanchez, 94 potential. Holy goodness, he's going to strike everybody out. They also got a starting pitcher at 86 potential. Wow, they did pretty good. They actually did really good for this weak draft class. Willie Casto, 86 potential, 67 overall. The Angels, nobody special. Jarrett Cruz, 88 potential third baseman. Oh, man, I was so excited for this. The Athletics getting a 96 potential Lee Shin. He's going to take forever to develop, though. Only 44 overall. Other than that, nobody special. The Mariners taking an 85 potential catcher. He's going to take forever to develop. He's already 22 as well. Anthony Santana, not too great. So nobody really special here. Donnell Thompson, he was the guy I scouted. I thought he was going to be a good first baseman. We were stacked on first base. And he's going to murder left-handed pitchers. He's going to just absolutely hit home runs off them. If he develops correctly, he will be really good. 81, they took two good first basemen in this draft. Well, at least high potential first basemen. And then there's Charles Zager. Zager, he's going to be... Actually, he's looking like an all-right prospect. How did I miss out on that guy? The Braves, they didn't take anybody special. Literally, they had like probably the worst draft class out of everybody. And here we are to the Marlins. This was the second baseman I wanted. He's just as good as Jim Thompson. Look at that. He's like Nick Madrigal. He's kind of like a... He literally is like a second Nick Madrigal. But look at that. Vision, discipline, clutch. He's going to be so good. That's it. Granted, he develops right. There's Chip. I thought about taking Chip. Oh, man, thank God I didn't take him. That's so unfortunate. Iowa represent. But other than that, they didn't really get anything either. Holy crap, this draft class sucked. And how do you get all this at the bottom but not at the top? Looking at the Mets, they got Michael Medina, 88 potential. Hank Matthews, 86. Richard Ruiz, 80. They literally just got all four pitchers in the 80s. Wow. And they're all pretty decent, except for this guy. Nick Delviar, honestly, he would have been our best pick. He would have been our best pick. A good defensively, and he has good power, so... Why did we have to miss? And then there's the Phillies catcher. This was the guy I wanted. He was going to be a Gold Glove defensive catcher with... He has the potential to get good hitting stats. Oh, maybe never good disciplined clutch vision, but at least some contact, Other than that, they hit on Jose Perez. He was a guy I was looking at, but he's a little too old for his rating at 57. But they didn't hit either, and then the Nationals finishing it out at Paul McMahon, the blue chip catcher. He's literally he's just a better Lincoln Hamill, to be honest. Just a higher potential Lincoln Hamill with a good arm. So, and back to us, so, yeah. Unfortunate draft. I feel like we did very well for what we did pick. We got very niche skills on the team, except for when it comes to pitcher. He's not going to walk anybody. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. That was all I was going to hype this whole episode up for, was the draft. And such a shitty draft. We'll sign you. You guys are just going to be whatever. And you know what, Johnny? You'll get the team. You'll get on the team. Welcome, Johnny. Even though we'd probably just release you eventually. So unfortunate of a draft class. Oh, I'm so disappointed in myself. You know what? I'm just going to call that the episode there. It was a draft special, everybody. A draft special of nothing. Nothing special. That was the worst draft class I've seen in my life. And I missed out on Jim Thompson by 2 fucking picks. What the fuck, game? Well, at least we're number 1 in the standings in our division. Checking out the standings here overall in the MLB. We're not fighting for a wild card spot. We are actually one of the better teams in the league, to be honest. 39 wins. It looks like we have the second most wins in the MLB this season. So that's good. Kyle Hendricks having a Cy Young year. That's good. Trey Turner, number 1 in All-Star voting for the NL. That's good. So we do have some upsides, but the future was just abysmal. Oh, I can't believe myself. Trading for Austin Matthews, getting rid of some pitching prospects. It was literally the most polarizing episode today. So that'll do it for me, the Cabbage Man, sitting here not knowing how to draft. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.